right there at Soldier Field in Chicago. Straight ahead, a good one in store this afternoon. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Chicago Bears.
26, Chicago Bears.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you, the veteran Chris Boswell, getting things started. It's going to be a wet one. Here we go from the second city. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5. They're going to run. It's the man from Rutgers, Kyle Monunga. And his defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
3rd and 3.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Torrey Taylor to punt for Chicago. Calvin Austin, deep for the Steelers. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Their catch called for and taken successfully. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers.
You know, it's funny how time flies, Mike, and we won't call him old. We'll just call him experienced. And here's a guy who's been doing this for a really long time at a high level, and he's going to hope that some of that experience works in his favor today, and when he plays well, this is proven to be a really hard team to beat.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 8. Now it's a bootleg with Rodgers. Oh, yeah. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Warren, and they bring him down but not until he gets the 45-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a couple. Austin brought in motion. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
Third and short yardage, it's Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback. Come out to the 20-yard line. The Bears offense going to take over now for the second time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on first and 10. Open man downfield is Loveland. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
They'll run it for the first time. DeAndre Swift. They'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He was taken down behind
this play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. They'll go play action here with Williams. To the right side, caught by Burton. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. He's got his tight end, it's Loveland. And he'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
That's good.
A big-time play for the Bears. 31 yards.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Williams going to look to throw it on first down. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete. Holston Loveland was the intended receiver. It's 2nd down.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
The trial throw again. Here's Williams. Going to be caught by DeAndre Swift. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal. He's taken down at the 7.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now, this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll run with Swift. And he's in! DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago.
When you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point out. No problem with the footing. The kick is good. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Steelers offense without ready to get going. On their second possession, they were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so the pressure gets there, and down he goes inside the 20-yard line.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the shotgun, it's A-Rob. That's complete. Calvin Austin. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And they're going to put this all the way down inside the 30-yard line. That is a big-time play for the Steelers. 41 yards.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap, this is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along the back end, and then the throw. You can't put it in a better spot. I mean, that's just a big-time play.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Good blocking to the 15. And he'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. They've got it. It'll be 1st and goal after a pickup of 21.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
In the end zone, he's in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Steelers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. Safe kick taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Bears offense ready for this next possession. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. Again, it is Monunga. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
On 2nd down, it's Williams. This one doesn't sniff out. thrown up in the backfield.
The best defenders can just sense when a screen is coming. They can tell the body language of the offensive lineman's pass set. They can tell on the drop of the quarterback. It just doesn't look right. It's exactly the case here. Great job getting to the back and taking him down for a loss.
Moore going in motion. Third and long. Here's Williams. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete.
I like the fact that they took a shot on third and long, right? A lot of offenses in that situation would be a little bit more conservative playing for the fourth down punt. They're trying to pick up a big chunk play through the air, but now that you can't connect, it all but guarantees you got to punt this ball away as it brings up 4th and a mile.
On the return, it's Austin. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll begin just shy of midfield with a 1st and 10. There's a short one caught by Fryermuth. He'll be out of bounds. Decent pickup of 5 on 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Now Gainwell. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
3rd down and 3. We'll try and run it here with Waller. And he will have the Steelers 1st down by about a yard. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
And this is really just all about the second effort. I mean, they've got him stopped initially, but it's his ability to just continue to push through the initial contact, push forward to that 1st down marker, and he didn't get it by much, but that's a really good effort.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Depending on the situation or the down the distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
2nd down, Rodgers. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. DK Metcalf was the intended target. And it's going to be 3rd down.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him. And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Here's Corliss Waitman now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. This is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The Bears offense ready to see what they can do. This will start from the 12, trying to put a drive together here. It's 1st and 10. A quick slant into the hands of Odunze. We'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll run. It's Swift. He'll be taken down around the 32-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Bears 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical right down the numbers. those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
They'll put Loveland in motion. On first down, they give it right back to Swift. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
Second and 11.
You know, anytime you're talking about an interior defensive lineman, it's always easy to talk about his size and his strength. But what stands out to me, Mike, is his ability to move his feet, turn those hips, get penetration in the backfield, and take the running back down for a loss.
He'll send this one deep for Odunze. He's got it! And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. A big-time play for the Bears. It covers 51 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They really showed off their connection on that pitch and catch, Mike, and just really good ball placement and really good separation downfield. And when those two things align, it's just really challenging for a defender to stay with them and take that play away.
They're trying the left side with Swift. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
So the offense trots out the old jumbo package. So they bring out three tight ends, big bodies. But the defense kind of sees it coming. They've got to change it up. You can't be so predictable. Big bodies run, small bodies pass. And I think that's a little bit of what's going on here.
He's got it about the 8. And will be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. Bears in possession, here to start the second quarter. 5 yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. Now Williams, as we are ready to get back underway.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
From the 2 now, here's second and goal. Swift, and he will power his way into the end zone. DeAndre Swift, touchdown Chicago. That's his second touchdown so far here in the first half. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started.
Santos for the extra point. Through the rain, the kick is good. And the Bears will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Steelers 7.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Johnson now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for first and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. 12 yards on the game, and that's good for a quick first down.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, They're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Once again, it's wide. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
Tyler Gordon on the tackle. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
They'll stay on the ground with Warren. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
From the gun, Rodgers. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allow the first down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the first down.
Here's a handoff to Warren. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
The tackle by Jalen Johnson. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bears' 42-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Warren. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A gain there of 10 yards. That's a Steeler first down.
The best offensive play callers in the NFL, Mike, do a great job tying in their under-center run game, like we just saw here, with their under-center play action game. And the ability to make those two things look alike, and it puts a lot of stress on the defense.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Drops for the loss of a yard.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. He finds Austin with the ground. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up third down. On third down, they go with Warren. But he goes nowhere. Call doesn't pan out. It's going to bring up fourth down.
So it's a pretty manageable third down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
A 41-yard attempt.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Steelers are back within 4 at 14-10.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense set for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. They'll put Loveland in motion. Out of the shotgun, it's a give to Smith. And the look is forward to the 35. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Third and 2. Here we go. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Here's Torrey Taylor now as he's on to punt for Chicago. A fair catch signaled and they'll have it just outside their own 20. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the ground, it's Warren to start the drive. And he'll try to keep his footing, manages to work it ahead for a couple of yards.
At the 24-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
2nd down and 8. They'll run the toss with Warren. He'll be stepped up at the line of scrimmage.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that game to nothing.
On 3rd down, Rodgers. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
That's good for
First grab for Metcalf. Good for the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. Now after that last play, we have an injured Bear on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. They'll run here with Gainwell. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Down by Deshaun Wright. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. Here's Rodgers. That's caught. Right side, it's Freiermuth. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
They run with one. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Steeler first down.
14 yards. That's another Steelers first down. A gain of 14.
Anytime you're having a really good drive like this, Mike, you just hate to see it stall out on the fringe of the red area. But in this case, not only do they pick up some good yardage on the ground, they get a fresh set of downs to hopefully go in and finish this drive with a touchdown.
Here's Warren. And they're getting down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
4 yards. That's another Steelers first down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get first down after first down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stop it for no gain at the 4.
On the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 4-yard line.
Inside the 5, it is second and goal. Rodgers. He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Steelers move out to a 3-point edge, 17-14.
Bears 14.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bears offense starting to try out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll put Loveland in motion. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Williams. He'll swing this out to Smith. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
3rd down, 3 to go. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to play in the first half of a 3-point game. We'll come back to Soldier Field.
Torrey Taylor
Following
in
this,
punt formation
here's
for
their
the
punter
Bears.
now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12.
Take over first and
The Steelers
10
offense getting
at their
their
own
final
13-yard
instructions
line.
before heading back onto the field. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. That's quickly out wide to Thielen. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
First down for Aaron. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 24
How about
yards.
this one, too, to start the drive? Mark him off with a gain of 24 and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And this is why most teams might decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break. So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
And he's going to have the first down. They're also in field goal range at the 28-yard line.
A gain of 17
That
yards.
last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd.
2 yards.
They'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
26-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Rodgers. Metcalf calls in that one. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play calling. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
It's 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steelers will tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Really impressive way to close out this first half. I mean, you think about it, Mike, they come away with points. They leave virtually no time remaining for their opponent to possess the ball. And on top of that, they get the ball first coming out of the break, so they'll get a chance here to double up points if they can have a good opening possession of the second half.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Williams. Here's a ball thrown deep right sideline. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. Rain only intensifying now as the teams have come back out. This figures to be a wet, wild second half to come. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he's stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Steelers offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. They put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
To throw is Rodgers. Time for the deep shot, looking for Thielen. And that is incomplete. He was seeking out the veteran Adam Thielen that time. And it's going to bring up a third down.
They're trying to take the top off the defense, make them feel that vertical threat, and soften everything up. Wasn't a ton of separation downfield, at least not what they would have preferred, and ends up being a wasted down.
This one just too far for the receiver in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Jalen Warren was the man he was trying to connect with. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Bears offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Williams. The pass rush gets hold, and he goes down. The linebacker, Alex Highsmith. He's in for the sack. It's going to be a loss of 8 to begin the drive.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Williams to throw on 2nd down. Loveland open right side. He's got it. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes. When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
The Bears sending out their punt team
for the Bears.
as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. Here's Austin to return. And he'll go forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Warren. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run straight ahead with Warren. Once again, this defense up to the task. They stop it for no gain yet again. And now it's 3rd down.
It's 3rd.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. A-Rod out of the gun here on 3rd down. This one grabbed by Austin. And he's trying to get to the marker, but he's not going to get there. Out of bounds, a couple of yards short. It is 4th down.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field.
Duvernay to return. Oh, how about that? He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. So out comes the Chicago offense as they get set to take over once more. We'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
At the 26. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. Another run here, another run by Swift. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Chicago.
1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
2nd and 11. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That non-verbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
The Bears send out their punt team as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. So that one's going to land out of bounds, and the official's going to mark it right at the 20-yard line. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. A throw on the move is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd down and 7. From the shotgun, it's A-Rod. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Pat Fryermuth, the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Throw on the run is complete. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Austin brought in motion. Little quick pass to the receiver heading left. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Rodgers now. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Really nice coverage there defensively. And here you find yourself in a one-score game. Like, he understands the value of protecting the ball. Really smart decision. Throw it away. Snap it again.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Rodgers going up top again. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
23 yards.
They'll pick up 23 on that one. That's a Steeler first down.
23 yards. 1st down, Pittsburgh.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
A run up the middle with Warren. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play.
He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense. And right now, it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Gainwell. And they'll take this down inside the 35. It'll be a pickup of 10. Good for a Steeler first down.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the 2nd half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Bears' 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd down and 9. On play action, Rodgers to the tight end Fryermuth. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they are in the red zone, inside the 20.
15 yards.
A gain there of 15. That's a Steeler first down.
A gain of 15.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone. And that'll bring up Second down.
Brings up second and
A bit of a risky throw here in the end zone, Mike, and those windows down here tight, they close so much faster in this part of the field. By the time he let it go, the defender was already in position and was able to make a play on the ball.
Second down, Rodgers will set up the screen to Gainwell. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Complete to Kenneth Gainwell. It's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 5.
Been a good drive, but they need to convert here on 3rd and 5. Again, it's Rodgers. Here's a screen set up for Warren. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
That's another.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Warren will score.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Two-point try coming up. Rodgers and the offense all set.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
From the gun, Rodgers. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
So they decide to put the ball in the air, which I don't mind on this two-point try, but the execution was just a little bit off, and it's not going to work out in their favor this time around.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line.
At their own
The Bears offense ready to take over once again. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with 1st down. Off play action. Here's Williams. Off balance throw. It's complete. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. Here's a run with their tight end. And he'll get this forward to about the 33.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Here's 3rd and 2.
Turn up. Kill, turn up.
To throw, it's Williams. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
So it's 4th down. They'll call on the punt team.
For the Bears.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Steelers offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Off the play fake. Rodgers. He follows Austin with the grab. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
That's not the type of play that's going to end up on a lot of end-of-the-season highlight reels, Mike. But listen, sometimes those little check-down crossers produce some positive plays. Stay ahead of the chains.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 1. They run out of the gun with Warren. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
48-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll go with the sneak. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Austin brought in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
A gain of 17.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And he will slosh his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 33, here's 2nd and 9. Looking out of the gun, it's Rodgers. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. Rodgers. Incomplete. Great work to get in there. Make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
A 50-yard attempt.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Steelers will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Boswell following the field goal. He'll send this one away. Duvernay on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Run now for Manunga. And he's going to have a Bears first down as he gets up past the 35.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
So, from the 36, it is 1st and 10. Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Just a simple hitch route. Certainly nothing special there or anything downfield, but The idea is the more of those you throw and those efficient passes, the second the defense moves up to take it away, that's when you go for the big ones.
On second down, it's Williams. That one into the hands of Moore downfield. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good for a
That one good for 26 yards.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
On second down, it's a run with Swift. He's taken down just shy of the 10. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
Well, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
On first and 10, it's Williams. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. That is T.J. Watt, relentless in his pursuit. He finally ran him down. It's a loss of 8.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll put Loveland in motion. Throwing on second down. Williams. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And anytime this offense gets themselves going in the right direction, it just seems like the pass rush finds a way to make a play of their own, and they have completely dominated this game up until this point, Mike. I mean, it is no surprise they're playing with the lead as a result.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. He's got it at the 7, and he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
A gain of 13.
I'll be honest, Mike. I think everyone in this stadium, when that ball went up, you're thinking pick. Fortunately for him, there wasn't a defender in the area, and he's able to reel it in for a nice gain.
Field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is good. And the Bears will cut into that lead.
Bears 17.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. Johnson now to return. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Steelers offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Now Gainwell. And he will slash his way forward on the wet surface for a gain of a yard.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
Ball on the 27. Here's second and 8. Here's Rodgers. A throw left side. Taken in by Thielen. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a first down to boot.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock, and without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Getting uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up third down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. On third down, Rodgers. He'll get this into the hands of Austin. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 34 yards.
That is a big-time play for the Steelers. It's a gain of 34.
A gain of 34
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers.
And he'll take this one in. And it's Gainwell. Touchdown, Steelers. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
On for the extra point is Boswell. He knocks it through. And the Steelers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Bears 17.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Bears offense headed back to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Here's Williams now to throw. This one taken in by Gunzer. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 41-yard line.
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 4. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. That's out left and complete to Burton. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receivers, and then see what he can do after the catch.
That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
2nd and 2.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
And a nice run. He's got a first down tackle made right at the 35-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground. play it safe, pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Williams. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 25-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Williams. He'll go right back to Lovely. And they'll move it down to the 11-yard line. He's out of bounds there.
14 yards.
14 on the pickup. First down, Chicago.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And he'll manage to break a tackle, get this forward for a couple, and it's 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 8-yard line.
They will run it over center with Swift. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, it's Williams. That's a short one caught by Lovely. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down. Steelers offense and their running back, Jalen Warren, set to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Warren. Not much there. Maybe a yard.
The tackle made at his own 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. They run on the jet sweep. That one is knocked out. Going to lose yardage. Back to the 3.
Tried to get a little cute here, get the ball into the hands of one of their receivers in space on a jet motion, but really nice job there by the defense. When you can set good edges and you can have good force players on the perimeter of the defense, there's really nowhere for this jet sweep to go, because with them running horizontal before the snap, Mike, it's very hard for these receivers to cut and get vertical.
3rd and 11. On 3rd down, they go with Warren. Forget about it. They're going to lose more yardage there. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming, and he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
So the Steelers ready to kick this one skyward, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Bears offense ready to take over once more. They'll begin with great field position, a short field, in fact, as they start with a 1st down. He'll get this underneath to Swift.
Williams pass. Complete to DeAndre Swift. It's a pickup of 6. brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Here's Williams. Open man downfield is Loveland. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And the Bears.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That's into the hands of Moore. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago. Stopping here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
3rd and 4.
It's all about teamwork. Don't let him run.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Try to throw again. Here's Williams. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure, and I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time, accurately, and the result is a touchdown.
Steelers 36, Bears 24.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick. He'll be taken down. We'll see if they want to use that final timeout or not, but things are pretty much spoken for. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. So this one, a win for the visiting Steelers. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody. cloudy skies and a tropical rain falling, as it often does here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, a good match in the AFC. It's the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins.
Your 2026 Miami Dolphins.
Mike Tirico next to the great tight end, Greg Olsen. Glad you are joining us for this one. Off we go through this downpour in South Florida. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field. They're led by the former Longhorn. At quarterback, it's Quinn Ewers.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course, we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him? But he has not been shy. He says, I know I can play at this level. I know that I can lead an NFL franchise, and we're going to get a shot to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
At the 42-yard line.
You know, Mike, there's so many coaches that they want to really ease the rookie quarterback into the game, give him a couple easy completions, but not in this case. They're going to let him continue to push the ball downfield like we saw here on the first play, and they're going to hope it continues to work out.
And this is going to be a big loss. He kept retreating, looking for an escape hatch, found nothing. And they get him down well behind the line.
Look, Mike, I realize most people, if they saw a lineman of his size waiting for him, they would just run the other way. But it's his job to try to find a way around the big fella and get what he can. Running backwards.
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Ewers. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
Good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up.
At their own
The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the son of the Hall of Famer. Out of Colorado, Deion's son, Shedeur Sanders.
You hear people talk about it all the time. It's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team. But just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
From the gun, it's Sanders. Gets there, down he goes. That is Zach Sealer gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's 3rd down.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
3rd and long. From the gun, it's Shedeur. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. It is a gain of 16. They get the 3rd down conversion by about a yard.
32-yard line.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
On the zone read, here's Sanders to keep it. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
Browns first down. First and 10.
I think this is something we're going to continue to see today, Mike, as this game goes along. They're going to make the defense make a decision. Do you want to account for the running back, or do you want to account for the quarterback? In this case, they choose the running back, and the quarterback makes them pay by picking up the first down.
Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
From the shotgun, it's Sanders. Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive. Tyrell Dodson in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's third down.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them. Early in this game, that's already 2 sacks allowed.
Now Sanders on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
I understand it's third down and the quarterback's trying to make a play, Mike, but if you're going to make a dangerous throw on third down, you're going to force the ball into tight coverage, at least do it past the sticks. Try to pick up that first down and maintain possession. He tries to thread the needle. Ball falls incomplete, and now it brings up 4th down.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The Dolphins offense ready to possess the football for the second time. We've seen a couple of punts so far to start this game out, so they'll try to get in this scoreless game with 1st and 10. They'll run here. This is Devon Achane. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
18-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9. Man in motion here is Washington. Off the play fake, Ewell. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. Trying to at least get back to the line of scrimmage, but he doesn't do it. That's a loss of a yard and leading to 3rd down.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
They'll be stopped short of the first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
This fair catch hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line.
At their own 37-yard
The Browns offense
line.
ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Looks like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. And the Dolphins come up with the turnover. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers, to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are, and I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
They go play action with Ewers. Moving outside the pocket, he keeps it himself.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 4. In motion, it's Waddle. On 2nd down, Achane. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 1.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Here's Ewers. Racing to the end zone. He'll be taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up 1st and goal.
Sudden change. So you find yourself defensively a little bit on your heels. Your offense just turned the ball over. Now you've got to go out and make a stand. Well, so far this offense has moved the ball pretty quickly, but can they dig in and at least force a field goal?
And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. It looks like we've got an injured Brown on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. On the ground, here is Achane. Oh, he's going nowhere. Knocked down hard in the backfield.
3rd and goal.
The idea here on 2nd down is in the event you're unable to score, at least put yourself in a 3rd and manageable goal-to-go situation. But now after taking a loss, it really changes their approach here, and I think on 3rd and goal now, they got to put this ball in the air.
3rd and goal. Ewers. They'll try to run for it.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage.
So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders with a field goal try.
26-yard
This
attempt.
about as short as you can get. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins are out to an early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
This taken at the 5. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Their 2 drives so far not good. Punt Lost fumble. Trying to make amends here on drive number 3. Drive starts with a run by Judkins. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to bring him down for no gain.
Again, it's Judkins. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack. Hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Now, this is something that we typically see out of maybe a more veteran quarterback, not necessarily a rookie, but just having a really nice sense of game management, throw the ball away, and live for the next down.
Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And John to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Dolphins offense ready to get back to work. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Ewers. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller. And it'll be 2nd down.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius. Unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
On 2nd down, Ewers. Right here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
On 3rd down, it's Ewers. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide we're just going to air it out 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
Fair catch. Taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Browns offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. They'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. It was Zach Sealer in on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7. They run it once more with Judkins. And they'll bring that on the 27-yard line. It was Tyrell Dodson that time on the 10.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Sanders! A gain of 9 yards. That's good for a Browns 1st down.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on 3rd down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Tillman, the man in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
There's a screen set up for Judkins. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Tillman, the man in motion. Will try and run for first with Judkins. And he's across midfield, and more importantly, he's got the first down at the 49-yard line.
A 7-yard gain. And the Browns first down.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
That's a nice job keeping his balance in these conditions. A gain of about 5.
Davis on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Dolphins' 44-yard line.
So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we're back to South Florida after this. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football from the 44 now. Here's 2nd and 4. As we are ready to get back underway. Field push forward for about a yard. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks.
You know, it's easy to sit up here and say, hey, just keep running the ball. They've been efficient, just kind of wear down this defense by 1,000 different paper cuts. But the problem is, it's only contingent upon your ability to keep the score down. So if you want to continue to run the ball this often, you're going to have to look to their defense to play really well.
To the open man, it's Tillman. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Browns first down. It's a gain of 20. And the Browns first down.
Great pre-snap recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
Judkins now on 1st and 10. And he will not be able to turn up field. He'll drop him behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Open man, that is Bob. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
I really like the balance that they showed so far on this drive. What that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
They will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
1st and goal, Cleveland.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that much time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
And that play took a little long to develop. They stop it for no gain at the 4.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Judkins. is into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finish it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6.
Now the try for an extra point. No problem with the footing. The pick is good. And the Browns move out to a 7-3 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, Malik Washington. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Dolphins offense make their way out to take over once more. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Off the bootleg, it's Ewing. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and a yard. From the pistol, here's H.A. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the 1st down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and short, it's Ewing. 18 yards on the pickup there. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
It's a gain of 18. That's good for a Dolphins 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right 3rd. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
Good. There's a run. Moving forward for 9.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that 1st hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and a yard. Once again, it's H.A. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And they'll take this to about the 38-yard line. Myles Garrett able to bring him down.
38-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. They'll stay on the ground with a 10. Down the sideline, inside the 25. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15. A gain there of 24 yards. First down, Miami.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pick.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, You just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
To throw, Ewers. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
3rd and 2.
Now a 3rd and 2. Hill brought in motion. He'll try and run it here. It's A-K. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
A loss of 2 yards.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Jason Sanders on to try the field goal.
The Dolphin field goal.
This about as short as you can get.
25-yard attempt.
He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the Dolphins are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
DeAndre Carter on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Judkins. Oh, he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
I can promise you that is not how he wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
To throw is Sanders. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4. Bring up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Sanders will throw it. It's a short throw. Caught by Njoku. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
And it's a big play there for his first catch of the game. And not only does he get a nice chunk of yards, but now he puts his offense in plus territory as they try to see if they can end this drive with some points.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
Now, Shedeur. That one down the field, but it is incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Here's Sanders to throw. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Ewers. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again. Shelby Harris getting in for the sack. And now it's going to be 3rd and a mile.
And this is quickly becoming a drive to forget here for the offense. They narrowly escaped danger on the previous play, and now they follow it up by allowing a sack. So that's about as bad a two-play sequence as you can have, aside from turning the ball over.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Throwing is Ewers. He's going to let this go. Downfield for Waller. A beautiful play and a big chunk play as well. Right to midfield. A big play after being backed up. 41 yards.
And they decide to bring pressure here on 3rd down, but he does a really nice job. Remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
A run up the middle with H.M. And he'll get it back to midfield. That's it. No gain on the play.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
A 2nd down throw for Ewers. This one caught by Waller. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
1st and 10.
That's the 2nd time they found him on this drive, and this one's good for 24 yards.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Man in motion here is Washington. They'll run this one straight ahead with H.M. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
Carson Swetzinger on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 13-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Ewers. He's got it at the 3. Fighting for the goal line. They're going to stop him just short, but he has picked up the 1st down.
1st down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. And at the very least, got to come away with some points.
H.M. will take this in for a Dolphins touchdown. And a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. Through the range, the kick is good. And the Dolphins are in the lead by the score of 13-7. after the touchdown. Miami's back to boot this one away. Carter on the return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he finally gets forced out of bounds, but that was a fantastic return.
The Browns take over first
And not
10.
only a heck of a return, but it changes a little bit of the coach's strategy. You're thinking he's just going to sit on this score. He's willing to take it into the locker room for the half. All of a sudden now you get a big return, you got a short field, and this offense has a chance to steal some points here before halftime.
The Browns offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. Open man, and that's Tillman.
Sanders pass. Complete to Cedric Tillman. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 26-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. They'll give it here to Judkins. They'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
He was taken down behind the
He
line
sniffed
of
that one
scrimmage.
out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They need to get to the 22, but now face 3rd down. Now, finally, he'll just flip it forward. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half.
4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns. So after that kick, they cut the deficit to 3, and every point matters, especially in these close games. As they look to build on this in the second half, every possession coming away with points, touchdowns, field goals. It's going to be one of those back-and-forth games.
Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. And he's going to be taken down. That is going to do it for us in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hansen here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Hey, Scott, thank you. Rain only intensifying now as the teams have come
Jason
back out.
Sanders to kick
It figures
off
to
for
be a
Miami.
wet and wild second half to come. Carter on the return. And this will work out quite well. They'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line.
First and 10.
The Browns offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. As this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The ball comes out. And the Dolphins come up with the turnover. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery.
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure with the ball, Mike. You can see he's just a little loose, especially when you're operating from the pocket. But give credit to the defender. Nice job attacking the ball, knocking it loose and recovering it. And that is a big takeaway here by this defense.
Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They've got the lead, and they'll set forth trying to build on it. They're going to do that with excellent field position. A quick throw on the RPO is complete. To the pylon, he's in. Darren Waller. Touchdown, Dolphins.
We used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eye same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Sanders here for the extra point. He's got it. The Dolphins will extend this third quarter lead.
20, Browns 10.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. And he can hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
On 3rd down, Sanders. Whoa! And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. They get 24 on that one. It's a Browns 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And this is what can happen when you're so worried about protecting the sticks, Mike. You force them to throw the ball underneath, but then you've got to be able to rally the ball and tackle. But they weren't able to do it before he gets the line to gain, and he ends up picking up the 1st down anyway.
Still managed only a couple. That's Jack Jones in on the stop.
Right at midfield. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 7. Tillman, the man in motion. A give now to Judkins on his own read. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 11.
It's a
1st down, Cleveland.
And the Browns
finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the 2nd half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Judkins. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackles behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
A loss of 2 yards.
Really nice job here defensively, not only to get the penetration and to clog those run lanes, but they're able to take them down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
3rd down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Great reaction by the defense. At first, Mike, it looked like there was enough room out there for the quarterback to pick this one up himself, but they were able to rally to the ball, and I think the officials are going to mark him just short.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. first down.
of 6.
Needing to make something
That's
happen,
another
trailing here in the third quarter. They convert on fourth down.
It's a gain of 6.
Nothing a
First
quarterback
down.
loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest of the catch.
And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive.
gain
It
of
continues
17
now with
yards.
first and goal.
That's another.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up into this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
They'll run it here, and here's Judkins. He'll be wrapped up there down at the 3-yard line.
The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Now here's second and goal. Again, it'll be Judkins. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
On third and goal, Sanders. A throw caught by Judy on the outside.
Complete to Jerry Judy.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
Field goal will make it a one-score game, but they want more here on fourth and goal. They'll run for it. It's Judkins. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, I wasn't so certain about leaving the offense out there, but they did, and it paid off with a touchdown.
And I love it, Mike. I think we're starting to see this more and more often in today's NFL. Take advantage of field position. Put the trust in your offense. It's exactly what their head coach does here and certainly pays off.
The extra point try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the Browns are back within a field goal. The lead is 3.
17.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. On play action, here's Ewing. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40s.
That's
The rookie from Texas orchestrating things well. It is a 1st down.
1st and 10.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
Not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
The best linebackers at this level, Mike, they have all the physical attributes. That's a given. But it's really their instincts. It's their ability to dissect and predetermine where the ball is going before the ball is even snapped. And you could see with how fast he met the back at the point of attack, he knew exactly what play was coming.
On 2nd down, Aiken. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They get 15 on that game. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
1st and 10.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And He doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Back at his 48-yard
A lot
line.
of times the success of a draw depends on the defensive ends, Mike, rushing the passer. In this case, a great job by the defensive end. He initially reads pass, but then he determines that it's going to be a draw. He quickly adjusts, and he's able to tackle the running back for a loss.
This one complete to Washington. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Gain of 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's Ewing. Now a screen set up for H.N. That screen goes for 12, and that's a first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's another Dolphins first down. First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
And he'll work this down inside to 35. Carson Schlesinger there on the stop.
1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
From the 34-yard line, here's second and 9. Out of the gun, here's Ewing. He'll step up and run this. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Dolphins first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. First carry of the game for Alexander Madison. And the defense there to meet up. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and 3.
To the rangy tight end Waller. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
They'll try to run. Good blocking, and he's in. Ollie Gordon. Touchdown, Miami. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins are able to extend the lead.
Dolphins 27, Browns 17. Jason Sanders to
After the
kick off for
touchdown,
Miami.
Myers is back to boot this one away. Carter on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
First and 10.
The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. As Shador on first down. There's a screen set up for Judkins. He's still on his feet, and they will finally catch up to him and get him down. A big play and a much-needed one as well. It's a gain of 34.
First down.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
From the gun, it's Shador. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Well, it's a great example of why the premium players in this league on defense, Mike, they're the guys that impact the passing game, and whether that's defensive backs or guys that can defend at a high level, but especially pass rushers, because even though he doesn't get the sack, it's the pressure that leads to the bad throw that leads to the incompletion.
He'll take a shot here, back to the end zone. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
That's going to hit and continue out of bounds just inside the 20-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the top conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. That'll change things. Out of bounds inside the 35. A big-time play for the Dolphins. And even 50 yards.
First down.
When you get big gains like that, Mike, it's pretty easy to see why that stat line just continues to grow, and the defense doesn't come away with a plan to stop this guy. We could have a record-setting performance on our hands.
They'll go jet sweep and do it with Hill. And that one shut down almost immediately. Good pressure from the backside. Left him nowhere to go. And no gain.
No gain on the play.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. And a nice run close to the first down, protecting himself, sliding at the end.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Now a give, but here comes the reverse. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Just a great way to finish off the drive. And it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
Sanders here for the extra point. Gets up and through. And the Dolphins tack on one more to their lead.
Dolphins 34, Browns 17.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Carter on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Sanders keeping it on the zone read. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Second down, they need 7. On play action, Shador looking deep here for Tillman. And that is incomplete. Cedric Tillman was the intended target. And it'll be third down.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
That's to the open man. It's Tillman. And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield.
A gain of 17 yards.
17 yards, the gain there. It's a Browns first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Sanders pass complete to number 3, Jerry Jeudy. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 43-yard line.
From the 43, it's second and 3. Sanders going to throw again. He doesn't throw it. The pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's a third down and 4. Again, it's Sanders. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he is out of bounds down at the 21. They're locked in on this drive. Second connection for that pair. This one gaining 22.
And despite things looking pretty bleak at the moment, I think you got to respect the fact they're out there swinging. They're trying to pull off a double-digit comeback here in the fourth quarter.
To throw again is Sanders. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up second and 3 at the 14-yard line.
Second down and 3. Throwing again is Sanders. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. Can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
Sanders on third down. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
That's a prototypical coverage set. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Browns are back within 2 scores.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally track him down, but not before he takes this to the other side of midfield. Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. They get an even 20 on that one. First down, Miami.
First and 10.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Run the draw with A-Check. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. Take him down behind the line.
Traditionally in first and 10, Mike, a defense is not playing for draw. So I think in this case, it was their quick reaction to the ball and able to get someone to meet the runner and stop him behind the line of scrimmage.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Mason Graham getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
This a must stop for this defense. Facing 3rd and long. Deep for the back of the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Jalen Waddle. Down Miami.
And this special connection between this quarterback and his receivers, it was on full display right there. Great job getting behind the defense. And then, what can you say about that ball? I mean, you can't put that ball in a better spot. And with timing and accuracy like that, leads to 6.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Dolphins will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Browns offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll throw on first down with Sanders. On the quick slant, that's Judy. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First and 10.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
That's one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
Moves to 2nd and 10.
I got high standards credits for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Now Sanders to throw on second down. No holding to a gain, just a couple, and sets up third down.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, it's Sanders. It's complete. 13 yards on the catch there. First down, Cleveland.
So we heard about this budding connection all the way back in training camp in the summer. So it's nice to see those reps starting to translate on game day. And I think these two might have a really bright future together. And the more plays they make, the more we're going to see that confidence grow.
And he does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2. From the gun, it's Sanders. A throw on the move is caught. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
That's another
Pickup of 14 as he takes it to the 14.
10 at the 14-yard line.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Oh, a loose football. And it will be another turnover as this defense does it again. The defense comes up with a play in the red zone. Those active hands get to the quarterback, knock it out, and they come up with the recovery.
Mike, we see this from time to time down here when an offense is operating in the red zone. The field shrinks, coverage gets a little bit tighter, quarterbacks tend to hold the ball a little too long, and that's exactly what came back to bite them right here.
Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. This defense all over this one, making him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Taken down back at the 20.
Looked like that might have been an RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
They'll stay on the ground with the ball's out. No turnover here. Once the guard's able to get the football, get on it to keep possession.
Pretty fortunate right there, Mike. If that ball bounces just a different direction, that could easily be a turnover or even points the other direction.
It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Hewitt. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And on that 3rd down, they thought an easy way to pick it up and get some positive yards would go to their quick game, but it didn't seem like the receiver and the quarterback were on the same page, and now brings up 4th down.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. Browns offense getting set to get back to work. The drive starts with a carry by 4. He'll just hope to stay on his feet here, picking his way forward for a gain of about 4.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide-open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Sanders. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked off by Rasul Douglas. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They'll start on the ground. It's A-Chain. Running very difficult in these conditions. He gets forward here for a gain of about 3.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 7. Once again, it's A-Chain. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offense is
under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. As he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Taken at the 19. Oh, looks like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Browns offense ready to get back at it. On 1st down, it's Sanders. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That is Zach Sealer getting in there to bring him down.
So many of these possessions start with negative plays on 1st down, and you're just going to hear every offensive coordinator stress. It is so important we don't fall behind the sticks, but when you just can't pass protect and give your quarterback time.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks.
I think you chalk this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again.
The Dolphins offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Well, the goal here is to run some time off the clock. The game is well in hand as they get back on offense for 1st and 10. And he will carry his offense to the red zone. Inside the 20-yard line, a pickup of 9.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 18-yard line.
2nd and a yard. Man in motion here is Washington. Now to attack this one forward, the receiver to the left. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Dolphins first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
A run out of the gun with Achane. And he's going to be out of bounds following a gain of about 5 on first down.
Out of bounds down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. And this one blown up. Good surge and drop him.
He was taken
Loss
down
on the
behind
play,
the line of
back to
scrimmage.
the 9-yard
A
line.
loss of 2 brings up 3rd down
3rd and 6. Hill brought in motion. On 3rd down, they'll go with Achane. And he's going to go backwards again. The defense coming up big. Forcing 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not get pushed back.
Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Dolphins will extend their lead.
20.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you had things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
For Miami.
Here comes a return from the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin then. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Sanders. He's going to take a shot down the field. And this will be incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
He finds Judah, and he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And one of the Browns is in there, and yes, Cleveland able to retain possession.
I feel like we see this so often, Mike, especially with how good these receivers are after the catch. They're so eager to pick up that extra yardage. Sometimes they don't completely put the ball away, and with how good these defenders are at knocking it loose, pretty fortunate on that one. His teammate was there to prevent that from being a turnover.
They bring Judy in motion. They'll try and run for the first down. It's Ford. And that'll keep the drive going. He's got the first down. Up past the 40-yard line.
A 7-yard
Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their second, as they get it with just under a minute to go in this football game. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A give to Ford on the zone read. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. It's a Browns first down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
open man. That is Bob. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. And they'll stop it with 28 seconds to go in the game.
On the pickup. It's second and inches at the 37-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. Here's Sanders to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
Here's third down and a few inches. Now, Shador. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down.
You have to wonder, Mike, how are those previous mistakes he made earlier in the game still lingering in the back of his mind? You can tell he's being a little bit more conservative. He doesn't want to risk throwing a third interception and kind of just throws this one away.
Open man, left side. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. Aggressive call there. And it works out as they convert on fourth down.
First down. It's a gain of 10.
So, fins up. It's a win for the Dolphins. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida. for football now from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Tonight, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Please welcome your 2026 Pittsburgh Steelers.
Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you, the veteran Chris Boswell, getting things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. And a solid one back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. Number 1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from the opening whistle. Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
3rd and long. From the gun, it's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They get the conversion on 3rd down. It was a gain of 27.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. De'Aaron Benton there for the stop.
Benton on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the Steelers' 41-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Gibbs. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
It's
A gain there of 20. Good for a Lions first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Detroit.
This is a combination of footwork and vision. His ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Here's the first carry for the Iowa State Cyclone, David Montgomery.
Peyton Wilson on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 9. On play action, Goff. Catch is made by Wright. And he'll be stopped short of 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do. And, man, the play-action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
It's the quarterback with the sneak. And he's going to have a Lions first down. Able to get about 3 that time. on 3rd and inches. Now a stoppage, we have an injured Lion. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. This one caught at the 4. To the goal line and in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown Lions. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions will take a 7-0 lead.
7, Steelers nothing.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They are led by their quarterback, the future Hall of Famer, Aaron Rodgers.
There's not many guys, Mike, in NFL history that while their career is still ongoing, they already are considered a no-brainer finding themselves in Canton one day. And this could certainly have to follow.
The ball comes out, and the Lions have come up with the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Lions offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. And they bring them down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 11.
A gain of 11 on that one. First down, Detroit.
1st and 10 at the 27.
You hear teams talk about it all the time, Mike. Let's win at the point of attack. And boy, this team here early in the first quarter, they've done just that.
On first down, it's gone. To the right side, that's St. Brown. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
It's a gain
Number
of
14 with a pickup of 14.
That's
And a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game. Great job there by the defensive lineman. You can see, Mike, why he is one of the best interior players in the entire league, using his strength and his speed to get through into the backfield, take the running back down for a loss.
2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun. It's gone. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A gain of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 6. To throw is gone. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looks like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will extend to a 10-0 lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Steelers' offense and their running back, Jaylen Warren, set to take over once more. They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. And this is going to be caught, but they say out of bounds. So, incomplete pass.
Timing and anticipation, those are the critical elements anytime you're throwing a ball outside of the numbers. If the quarterback waits too long, Mike, that receiver just gets closer and closer to the sideline and just makes what should have been a much easier throw and catch an incomplete pass.
Here's the former Memphis Tiger, Kenneth Gainwell. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
On third down, Rodgers. That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. 23 yards on that pass play. Good for a Steeler first down.
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They tried to go with the quick game here in hopes they could do something with it after the catch, but I don't think everyone was necessarily on the same page, and this ends up being a wasted down.